Hey babes, welcome back to my channel. I cannot believe it's almost the end of the decade. When I think back 2009, 2010, I was a completely different person. I dressed differently, my interests were different, my friend group was different. Everything just, my views were different. And it's so amazing how to watch myself grow, that I watched myself grow in these past 10 years. And I look back on it, I'm like, wow, I honestly really like the person I've become. But anyway, my two main interests that have stayed steady throughout this decade was my interest in beauty and fashion. And back then I was considered like a scene kid. Like I wore the neon and the rainbow and like teased my hair, band shirts, everything. If you don't know what that is, Google it. And so I did my makeup like rainbow. I had this Urban Decay eyeshadow palette and it was purple velvet with like a beads, the chain in the middle. And it was a really nice palette, and it was my first, honestly, first higher end palette, and I just used it every day. I wore the shit out of it, basically, and it's really old, so I threw it away. They discontinued it now, but I'm gonna try to recreate my eyeshadow with the James Charles palette. This is the only palette I have that's has those bright colors and that I can get close to. And of course, the way I did my foundation, my eyeliner has still stayed the same, but the way I did foundation and contouring, highlighting, not a thing. I barely even wore blush. I did not wear lipstick. And if you know me now, you know I always have lipstick on. Like, I'm a lipstick queen. And it's really cool to just watch over the years how the trends have changed. And when you look back, you're like, wow. High schoolers nowadays go to school with a full beat face. And when I was in high school, it was not like that at all. My eyeliner has still stayed the same. I think that's the one other thing that's not changed. I still do the dark eyeliner around my eyes, but I am more willing to go out without eyeliner on, because when I was in high school, I had to have this eyeliner on or I would not leave the house. But I did not use primer. I didn't even know what primer was. And for our foundation, I don't remember. I know I did not use liquid, but I used a powder, and I had to reapply it every bathroom break. My school was outdoors and it's so humid. I'm in Florida. It was so freaking hot. But that's not besides the point. But since we're really not going to recreate the eyeshadow here because I don't have any of those products. And back then I thought liquid foundation broke me out, so I didn't really use it. And I had really bad acne. But now my skin has cleared up tremendously, and I found some foundations that don't break me out and match my skin tone perfectly. So what I usually like to do is use a liquid and then set it with a powder. Back then, I just used the powder. I didn't use the brush. I used the little sponge that came with it. I didn't even have any makeup brushes. But anyway, so just for my foundation, for the sake of the face, I'm using the Tarte Amazonian Clay makeup in shade Medium Honey. And I'm just gonna put some on my fingers to go to go back to the high school days and just rub it all over my face. So yeah, this is basically what I did for foundation. I did not like wearing blush because I didn't like my cheesy pink. I wear it once in a while, but normally I just would not wear foundation. And then I think sometimes when I was in color guard, I think I did manage to get the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer, and I used that sparingly. I barely used it because I would always forget, unlike my makeup routine now. But I'm just gonna jump right into the eyeshadow. And so you can see in this picture here, I have it's like a green and purple and green under the eyes, and this is the best picture I have of my makeup back then because I just don't have any. But so I really had one brush back then, and it was the brush that actually came with the Naked palette. And I didn't have the Naked palette when I used the purple velvet brush, but I think it came with the little sponges, the little small ones that you can see in the picture here. I don't know what they're called. Yeah, those applicators. So the closest thing I have to that right now is this Moschino and Sephora collaboration eyeshadow brush in number 4. So I'm gonna be using this one for all the eyeshadows. And I don't even think I did a base color. I would just go right into the colors. So I'm going to start with this purple shade right here, the bottom one. And I'm just gonna put that on the inner half of my eye, the inner quarter of my eye. So I went a little further than a quarter. So I went a little further than a quarter, but it's fine because it's gonna blend out anyway. And the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the same exact brush. I only used one brush back then. And I'm gonna take this lime green shade color, and I'm gonna go in the inner quarter and the outer quarter of my eye. So now that that's done, I basically have one more color left, and that is the blue. And it's gonna go right in the center of my eye. And the way I would blend it back then is I would just go take the first color and go down, second color go down, and third color go down, like blend the edges out. I did not do like creases or anything. I don't even think I used a base color, like transition color or whatever. But anyway, I'm gonna go in with this dark blue shade on the bottom. I'm just gonna do that just like I explained and just put it on the center of my eye and blend out the edges. So yeah, that's it for the eyeshadow portion. Basically, that's how I did it, my eyeshadow every single day, my 9th grade year of high school. I mean, little 15-year-old me would have loved the James Charles palette, but unfortunately, I didn't have that back then. But the Urban Decay one was still amazing. And I'm kind of like low-key sad that I like got rid of it. It was expired anyway, but I just want to go back to the nostalgia. And there was some pretty colors. Like it would have been great for like a music festival or something. Eyeliner I used back then was the Revlon Color Stay in shade Black, and I actually still have this. I only switched recently, and this one might be dried. No, it's fine. But yeah, basically I would just go thick line on top, and then thick line in the waterline. And I don't even think I used mascara, and that's how simple my makeup routine was back then compared to now, where I have all these steps: primer, contouring, highlighting, blending, especially the beauty blender. Like no one even had heard of a beauty blender back then. It was crazy. But anyway, I'm just gonna put on the eyeliner really fast, and then I'll be good to go. So this one ended up being completely dried out, so I'm gonna switch to the eyeliner I use now, which is the Tarte, I forgot the name of it, but it's Tarte and it's double-sided. It has liquid on one side, and then it has a crayon on the other. And now I do liquid liner on top. Back then I didn't even like use liquid liner. I didn't care for it. I barely knew it existed. So I'm just gonna use a crayon for the top and the bottom of my eye. And now that I have that done, that was basically all of my makeup routine. And I mean, by the end of the day, I looked like a freaking raccoon. It was crazy because I wore my eyeliner so dark, and I think I even did it darker than this and like a little lower. I mean, in middle school it was like so low, but that's besides the point. Yeah, so I hope you guys liked it. It was really interesting for me to go back and try to recreate that look because I haven't done that in years. And then after my 9th grade year, I kind of transitioned to the Naked palette and sort of the more neutral shades, and I would do the nude eyeshadow colors with just the eyeliner. But yeah, this was really cool for me to do. I had a lot of fun doing it, and it's just giving me so much nostalgia, especially because we're about to go into a whole another decade. It's gonna be 2020 in a month. Not even a month. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Give me comments, suggestions. I'm gonna link these products I used in this video today down below. I wanna know how you did your makeup in high school and how is it different from your makeup now. And that's it. Bye babes.